Marriage changes everything legally. Part 1. What marriage legally does to you, even if you do nothing. Does getting married automatically make your income joint? If your name is on the house, does your spouse still have legal rights? And if you do absolutely nothing after you get married, does the law still decide for you? The answer is yes. Marriage legally changes all of that, whether you realize it or not. Hi everyone, I'm Shari Rivkind, co-founder of bridelawyer.com. I've been a lawyer for 38 years and I'm also the mother of 4. And today I want to talk about something almost no one ever clearly explains, before marriage or after it. Not your officiant who may be reading from a beautiful script, but whose job ends when the ceremony does. Not your wedding planner who is laser focused on your wedding day, not the years after. Not your venue coordinator who just needs you to choose the salad dressing. And not even your best friend who's planning the best bridal shower ever, not planning your marriage. Here it is. Marriage is a legal status, not a vibe, not just a relationship milestone, not just content for Instagram or the final scene of your favorite fairy tale. It's a binding legal contract. And the minute you say I do, the law says, oh goody, I'm in charge now. And what shocks people, and I mean truly shocks them, is this. You don't have to sign anything extra for that to happen. Yes, you signed a marriage license. You probably thought all that meant was you were allowed to get married, like needing a license to drive. But you did not sign up for everything that actually comes with marriage. You registered for towels, the pretty embroidered ones, just for show. You registered for a KitchenAid mixer you'll use twice. Mine was black. I just handed it down to my daughter. I don't think they've changed it in decades. You registered for fancy china you swear you'll use for special occasions. And then no occasion ever feels special enough. Or you'll use it once when his best friend flies in. Chip the serving platter and spend 10 years unsuccessfully trying to replace it. But you didn't register for statutes, and yet here they are. Section 1. The contract you signed without reading. What legally changes when you get married? A lot more than people think. Marriage is one of the most powerful legal contracts you will ever enter in your entire life. And it's the only one people enter into without reading the terms. We're in love. What do you expect? Isn't that what really matters? Well, you wouldn't buy a car without reading the contract. You wouldn't sign a lease without at least skimming it, right? You probably wouldn't even download an app without pretending to read the terms of service, even though we all scroll at the bottom and click agree. But marriage? We just do it. We say vows, we cry, we dance to September by Earth, Wind and Fire, one of my favorites. And then we assume we'll eventually understand what just happened. But here's what actually happened. The state you live in just filled in hundreds of pages of legal terms about you. About money, about debt, about property, about inheritance, and who decides what if you can't. And you didn't write any of it. You didn't agree to any of it. When you get married, state law steps in and says, don't worry, I've got this. And here's the most important thing I want you to hear today. Doing nothing is still a legal decision. I'm going to say that again. Doing nothing is still a legal decision. Silence is not neutral in the law. Some things the law lets you override with documents, other things it doesn't. But either way, if you don't decide, the law decides for you. And the law does not know you. It does not know your story. It does not care that you talked about it on the honeymoon. It just applies. Section 2. What the law changes the moment you're married. When do marriage laws actually take effect? Not when the license is filed. Not when the second person says I do. Not at 12:01, the day of your wedding. It takes effect the moment the officiant finishes saying, I now pronounce you, that moment. And the changes are instantaneous. Even if you keep completely separate bank accounts, you don't change your name, you trust each other completely, you never talked about money because it feels unromantic. None of that stops the law from kicking in. Let's begin with the big one. Income. Is income earned after marriage considered marital property? In most states, yes. In the majority of the United States, income earned during marriage belongs to the marriage, not just to the person who earned it. Even if only one of you works, even if the money goes into just one account, even if the other spouse never touches it once, even if you keep finances totally separate. People say to me all the time, but Shari, it's my paycheck. I'm the one who works. And my answer is always yes and also no, because marriage has opinions. What about bonuses? If a bonus is paid after you're married, the law will often treat it like it's marital, even if it feels like you earned it before the wedding. The legal question isn't when the check was cut, it's when your legal right to that bonus vested. Does that mean your spouse can drain your bank account? No. Does it mean you have to share every dollar day to day? No. But in a divorce, if that income is treated as marital property, will it be subject to division? Yes. And if that money is gone because somebody emptied an account out or spent it recklessly, the court may treat that as dissipation of marital assets and charge it back. Under state law, income earned after marriage is legally joint. Section 3, property. Whose name is on it is not the question. If your name is on your house, does that your spouse automatically not own it? Not always. Title doesn't always control ownership. I don't care how many times you hear, the house is in my name. I bought the car before we got married. My parents gave that to me. Those facts matter, but they're not the end of the legal analysis. Marriage has opinions about property too. How this works depends on where you live. In the US, we have two systems: community property states, and there are 9, equitable distribution states, which is most of the country. In community property states, most property acquired during marriage is owned 50-50. In equitable distribution states, judges look at when the property was acquired, how it was paid for, how it was used during the marriage, whether separate property was mixed in, and then they divide it fairly. And fair does not necessarily mean whoever's name is on the title, whoever paid more, whoever feels more attached. Where people get burned is commingling. When you mix what's yours with what becomes ours, separate property can lose its protection. That beach house, that condo, that car you swore was yours. All of those can become partially or fully marital, depending on what you do after the wedding. In divorce, leverage often matters more than just being right. Just remember, whose name is on it is not the same as who owns it. Section 4. Marriage also shares risk. Does marriage make you responsible for your spouse's debt? Sometimes. Marriage doesn't just share income, it can also share debt. In community property states, debt incurred during the marriage is generally shared. In equitable distribution states, courts look at purpose, timing, and fairness, not just whose name is on the account. And here's the line people need to hear. Love does not cancel creditor rights. The bank doesn't care that you didn't discuss it first. And this is where marriage stops being just about the two of you. Because in the next video, we're going to talk about what happens when the outside world, creditors, courts, and the government enters your marriage. And if you want a deeper look at everything marriage actually changes, from bank accounts to buying a home, our second book, I'm Married, What Do I Do Now?, is available on Amazon. Have a copy. And it is a great practical guide to all the legal and financial decisions that come with being married. Think of it as Adulting 101, written by lawyers, but in a way everyone can understand. So come back for part 2. Marriage changes everything.